It started back when we was in the dorms at Sac State. You know, we was freshmen going to Sac State. It was our first year not playing baseball at all. You know, we've been playing since we was 4 in some kind of organized game, league of baseball. And for the first time ever, we didn't play in an organized league, so it kind of bummed us out. So what we did was brought our gloves up, and we will play catch every chance we could right in front of the quad, religiously every day after lunch in the middle of the day. You'll always see us out there. And what started to happen was we started to see more guys do the same thing. And we saw it was like enough to get a game, and we saw at one point where it was like 18 guys out there. So we went down to House Street Park, and we had our first game, and everybody had fun. And we was like, hey, let's do this some more. We started to continue to do it, and that was really essentially the start of the Morris League. It was just from playing catch in the quad to one of our urge to continue to play baseball, and it just sprung into something we've been doing for 5 years now. Yeah, actually, we had a whole lot of preparation going up to the first game of the season. Me and Dante will have meetings every night of, you know, at game 6 we'll do this, game 8 we'll do this. We planned out a 10-game season.
After our first season, we knew that we could do another one. You know, it was real fun. All the guys had fun, and you know, us running the first league, it was such a success to us. So our next year was, how could we improve on it? How could we duplicate it? So our next goal was instantly to go ahead and duplicate it and have 4 teams in the league. And we thought most we had Sac State students our first year, and then a lot of people from the community wanted to play in the fall too. So we actually had 2 more teams that came from the community, that came from other leagues that played for us this fall. So the fall time was real successful. We had outside leagues come in, and we duplicated. We turned it from 2 teams to 4 teams. So yeah, we went over our list of all the necessities that we need to have. We checked them off, and we went after it for our 2008 fall season. What I always looked at was like that, you know, Disney Corporation as a model as far as like shaping what we want the Morris League to be. You know, they started as a little animation company. Now they're a big, you know, telecommunication company with their hands in pretty much everything. We saw that as a model where, you know, we got aspirations to get to. We had our very first show. We met with Vince and Roundtable, and it was just getting off the idea about, you know, the Sac Sunset. Vince and Brittany are 2 hosts of the Sacramento Sunset. They host a radio show called the Sac State Sunset. And, you know, we was real happy about the show. You know, we was, like, real fans of the show. We was figuring, like, you know, this is a good opportunity for us to show some skills outside of baseball realm. Like, we actually run a media type of empire. You know, we sat down with them. We explained what we want to do. We explained how it benefit them, how it's going to benefit us. We figured this would be a mutually good project that we all could work on and get better at. And then eventually, you know, being a part, just building our media company, we want to get real strong with the video element. So, you know, me and Dominic made a couple of investments and, you know, bought some expensive cameras. And we put their skills out to the test. We started doing small little commercials. And then we just started doing like packages type of video shoots that we did about, you know, in the community at different locations. And we just started putting them on YouTube and put them on our website.
Checking my reflection. We got to meet the twins, Dante and Dominic Morris. They were avid supporters and listeners, and they were even one of our first guests way back in 2007.
With long hair and cornrows.
Yeah, we all had braids, me and the Morris brothers. But that's how we all got to know each other, both as friends and then kind of just as counterparts in an entrepreneurial sense. And that was the beginning, and once we finished the show in 2010, we both graduated. The Morris brothers approached me and asked what we'd have to do to continue with the show. So I laid it all out, and they made it happen. And we added the video component. Yeah, we added the video component, and here we are, upgraded 2.0, the Sacramento Sunset, covering the entire Sacramento Valley and beyond. It feels like just comforting having Dante Morris in the booth with all the camera controls and everything, and then Dominic out on the floor getting the set rundowns for who's the guest is up next, segments, commercial breaks, all that stuff. It feels really natural, and it feels like this is what we're supposed to be doing.
It's a super humbling experience, coming from knowing that I wanted to do something with journalism because we both graduated from Sac State And going from radio to podcasting to now being seen on webcast, and then now being in studio, being seen by, you know, locals and stuff like that on television. Like, it's such a blessing for me, like, to be with people that are on my same movement, and like Deb said, is super positive and ambitious and all going after one same dream and we're helping each other to get there. So I can say though, the first time I stepped into a studio with all those lights and stuff, like I get nervous every time still, but it's like a good nervous. I get my adrenaline getting ready to do what I love to do, and but to give it one word, it's a humbling experience for me.
Regina from Elk Grove says, I recently met a guy at a Kings game last week. We were in the concession line, and I was short $1 for some nachos. So we stepped in and covered me, and we hit it off from there.
We did our thing up there, COS models. We were banging.
They even let us smile too. We hit that T formation on the runway, as you saw in the footage. We have nowhere to go after this. Let them know.
Stop it.
I just thought about getting a new shirt for like next year.
And a new haircut. I would love to, as well as I'm sure everyone on this team, is to actually get a network to sign us to be every day, everywhere seen on a network.
I see us duplicating, like everything we do, you know, we're, you know, making like a blueprint, you know, so it could be duplicable in a different city, different state, you know, even a different continent. We hope to make that noticeable, make that understand to, you know, all over this world.
It was a surreal experience from our very first show, because it's a whole crew involved to make a show up in the studio. So with the cameramen, with the audio technicians and the video technicians and all the people that's in the control room, as well as the cameramen and as well as the producers, it's a big step up, and it kind of motivated us, seeing out all the people that's doing their jobs and making their contributions to this one show. It kind of motivated us and really legitimized our end of the show of making the writing and the concepts right. So when we have the crew in there, it'll make it worthwhile. So I think it's really a motivation to make our show that much more legit, because it's in a professional setting. It started off, us first picking up a baseball when we was young, in our grandma's backyard, just playing baseball, wiffle ball. To us going to high school, actually developing a work ethic, working hard every day and taking the game serious. And then to us finally coming to college and building a platform where we could play at, building ourselves our own opportunity. And then us postgraduate, actually building that stage to develop, to make a living for ourselves. So I think it's that life cycle of us, loving the game, working hard, building the stage, now managing the stage. Just really teach us to really appreciate the game and really tell us where we want to go from there.